time for all of you.
These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. A quarter after midnight, and I'm watching the wall. Sometimes I feel so uptight, I just can't sleep at all. Every day doing the same old thing, we're losing time. The weekend comes, we gotta have some fun and rewind. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. I feel the rope tightening, choking off our air. We need to grab some lightning. Friday's almost here. Caught in a web, we need to cut this thread we're hanging by. Where is it said you have to be half dead to survive? These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder.
Alrighty, it must be time.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for WordPress Plugins A to Z, not Z.
It's episode 667, and we have plugins for Plugin Hub access with membership creation and some WordPress news, all coming up on WordPress Plugins from A to Z. WordPress, the king of content management systems, powering the web with over 80,000 plugins to choose from. How do you sort the junk from the gems? Welcome to WP Plugins A to Z, where we've been keeping the pulse of WordPress alive for over 16 incredible years. Join us every week for an unrehearsed, real talk breakdowns of the latest and greatest plugins, developer and community member interviews. Some weeks, Amber and I team up to dig in. Others, I'm flying solo, unpacking WordPress news, demoing a standout plugin, or sharing tips to power up your site. No scripts, no fluff, just the good stuff from A to Z. So plug in and let's get rolling. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Where you happy hiding out there on the globe today? Coming to you direct from the brewery overlooking beautiful southern Vancouver Island, where today it's actually sunny and nice. Another gorgeous day finally after the continuous monsoons. I'm John Overall, and with me is the ever lovely
Amber Lynn.
And we're here to give you a great show. I don't have a whole lot to say today, so let's just get started.
Thank you for sharing, John. Now get down from that soapbox.
Welcome to episode 667.
Yep.
Our episode today is called WP Plugins A to Z, where every plugin has its place in your WordPress universe. I thought that was a cool name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't even read it. I just rolled the D20 and selected it from the 20.
Oh, geez. You need to at least read it because they're actually really cool.
Well, all of them. I've got like 40 of them, but I keep the top 20 all the time, and I just roll the D20 every week, and that's what name we get.
Well, we've got a couple of great in-depth plugins to cover. We have Hub 2WP, where you can create a direct line from plugins hosted on GitHub to your site, so your plugins and themes can get the updates they need. And we have Describer, membership, user profile, content restriction, and role editor plugin, where you can create a fantastic multi-membership site with more ease than one would expect. And of course, we got some recent news in both the WordPress world and the tech world in general, and a couple of WordPress tips in here somewhere for everyone. Now, I don't know how the rest of Canada's doing, because honestly, I haven't paid much attention, but I know that here, we seem to finally have spring clawing its way through. I noticed that there's some snowbells that are starting to bloom. It's
Yep.
it's really pretty out there.
Yeah, little by little, we're clawing out of the damp darkness of winter.
Excuse me. Although, I would recommend that no matter where you are, even if it's like getting all the way up to 10 degrees, don't get rid of your layers yet, because it may get up to 10 degrees, but it's going to go back down to -10. You know that's going to happen. Don't get rid of your layers yet.
Yep.
So a couple of reminders before we start the show today. You can join us here in person every Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific time to enjoy the show. And show notes will be added to wppluginsAtoZ.com within 24 hours of the show airing. You can find... What? Okay. Sorry, child interrupted me. So you can find the show notes on the homepage or on the podcast files. And lastly, this is a value for value show, so you can help us get some lovin' by hitting the like button and sharing an episode or two. Our artist today is Grok.
Yep.
Yes?
Grok did it again. Yes. Grok did it again. And let's see, we've got the, let me take a look at the, oops. For some reason, I can't seem to get to the video. Oh, there it is. Go select the video and pop in the right one here for it. Yeah, keep babbling. Keep babbling. We'll fix all this in post. Nobody will ever know.
Sure.
Yeah. They'll never know the difference. I
So
thought I'd
Grok
prepared
is doing
everything.
Grok is doing a great job. We would seriously love to have some actual art from people, like whether or not you yourself are giving an AI prompts to do the art, or you are doing the art yourself. Hand-drawn art is fantastic. Or art on a computer by human hands. That would be fantastic.
There's the video he created. That's the wrong
That's
video.
cool.
That's another video he created from artwork. I have another one here. I selected the wrong one. I've got
Base
too many.
bubbles.
I've got too many videos here.
Mhm.
Every time I have him create. Oh, wait a second.
Well, if anybody does get the inspiration, you can go over to our website and check out our art vaults, where you can upload your art, and we would love to put it up here. We'll give you a shout out.
For some reason, it's not showcasing the right video. All right, well, random.
Too bad.
Random. Anyway, Grok is our artist, and he's been doing a great job on it. So if you want to do AI, I may have to drop the AI prompt I use into the art submission page, so people can just take that AI prompt and create the artwork in 5 minutes. And then they can refine it to make it even better than what I do. If I refine the prompt, I would get even better art. This is just a really quick and dirty prompt that I use for the art.
The other thing you can do is go talk to the AI and tell them your vision, and then tell them to put it into a prompt for an AI.
Yeah.
And they'll do that. And then you take that and feed it right back at them.
Yep, it's really quite comical. All right. Well, with all of that, it sounds like we need to dive into the news, hey?
Please
Oh,
can
yeah.
everybody be quiet? Please be quiet. Shut up! And now the news with Amber.
So the first thing we have for you this week, as always, is the WordPress Vulnerability Report. In this report, there are 244 vulnerabilities in total, which is a lot less than last time. It's good. It's about half the amount, I think. So currently, 205 are plugins with 39 themes. So far, we've managed to have 156 plugins patched with 49 left to go. And we've had 8 themes patched with 31 left to go. So that's a great thing to have a look through. Do take a look, see if any themes or plugins that you use are listed out. And if you want to have some real-time updates, you want to go over, check these guys out, Patch Stack. They have things coming up in real time. You can change what you're looking at, whether it's plugins or themes. Really awesome. I highly recommend checking that if you haven't already.
Yep. Absolutely. Patch Stack is a really good source. And if you want to pay a fee, you can integrate it into your website for continuous monitoring.
So I noticed we're a bit light on news this week. I did bring a few things forward, though.
Oh, okay.
The first thing we have here is Juice DeValk and Karim
Yoast.
Sorry.
Yoast, like toast.
Okay. Yoast DeValk and Karim Marchi are stepping away from the fair as project pivots to Typo 3, which I'm not sure what Typo 3 is. It didn't really seem to be described.
It's another CMS system. It was created not too long after WordPress, and WordPress won the race.
Oh, okay. Well, so this is just something to be aware of because Joost de Valk and Kara Marchi were co-founders of the FAIR project, and now they are stepping back.
Yep.
The biggest reason that they're giving for stepping back is that they were not able to gain meaningful financial and structural support from major hosting companies
Yep.
and other large players in the Word ecosystem. So they love what they're doing, but they can't just have an idea. They have to be able to have a tangible thing going, is what they're saying.
They need the ecosystem, is what they need.
Yeah.
And the ecosystem got started, but it faltered. And for whatever reason, when you're trying to get something this big going, you need the major hosting providers such as Bluehost, Google, or GoDaddy, et cetera, the people who make millions and billions a year. So you need to have those people on board to embrace it. Even the smaller companies such as mine, we can't embrace it because we don't have the manpower to embrace it. But when the bigger ones do it, everything gets simplified. So
while this may not affect you directly, it is still something to be aware of because this will cause ripples and it will cause effects. And I'm not really sure what ripples it's going to cause at this point, but I know it's going to do something.
It's already caused effects through the whole ecosystem. The plugin I talk about today is part of the effects this caused.
Okay.
Because they started it after the big kerfluffle with Mullenweg pulling all access to WP Engine and thereby exposing to the world that the whole platform was controlled just by him.
Yeah.
And, so what that's done is that sent ripples through the whole system. Now, it'll be years probably before those ripples completely bring themselves to bear, but they are there and they are showing up in multiple places now. So the FAIR project, while it's not going ahead or it's changing course, it still started something in motion that is not stoppable anymore.
Well, they say that they're not changing course or anything.
Yeah.
So they're saying that. I don't know if that's true, but, it's one of those wait and see things.
Well, they might not be changing course in the overall vision, but they're changing course in their initial project. They're going after Typo 3, which is a smaller ecosystem. And if they can, from my viewpoint, if they can get it to work in the smaller ecosystem, it might become adopted in the larger ecosystem, such as WordPress.
That makes sense.
Because
well,
it's just the way I see it. So
the next thing I have here is WordPress 7.0 Beta 2 ships with Connectors UI, delivering a Mullenweg's AI vision. So if I'm understanding correctly, the integrated AI was already released on WordPress.com, and apparently it works really well. And now they are releasing it in the WordPress 7.0 beta. And this article is talking about every aspect of the AI. And the beta 2 is actually on time, even though beta 1 was a little delayed. So the Connectors UI that gives users a central place in WP Admin to manage external AI connections. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Managing the external AI connections, I think, is a very good idea. And for those who are interested in security, extensibility, and everything around this, be sure to go check out this article. They go into everything that you could possibly need to know. There's a lot there. Go and check it out.
That would be good to know. It looks like they're connecting to OpenAI, Claude, and Gemini. So it'll be useful. I was experimenting with the beta 1 last week on the show, showcasing their new color scheme for the admin panel, which is like, oh man, it's going to be painful if that's what's adopted.
Well, definitely check out beta 2.
Yep. I'll give it a shot. I'll throw it on the website that I have beta 1 on.
All right. Next thing I have here is human made to host WP26 virtual event releases 2026 enterprise report. So I thought this was kind of cool. This is releasing on March 12th. The human made host WP26 is returning with its annual virtual event focused on the future of WordPress. The conference will be live streamed on YouTube and will feature a keynote from CGO Noel Talk alongside a panel discussion including WordPress Executive Director Mary Hubbard and senior leaders from WordPress VIP, News UK, PMC, and CERN. So this is definitely something worth going and checking out. It will be here on March 12th, so I'm definitely going to be checking it out.
Yeah. Could be very interesting.
Next, I have Checkout Summit is filling the WooCommerce conference event gap that nobody else would. So if you don't know his name, you probably have at least come across one of his like code snippets for WooCommerce. His name is Rudolfo Malogli, and he has the site Business Bloomer. Now, he's been around since 2014, but he's been noticing that he's had like a drastic drop in his traffic since the AI started meddling with research results. The way that he's combating this is he is going out there and creating a conference. He's basically doing a Woo conference in his hometown, Palermo, Italy.
Palermo, I believe it is.
Okay, so in Palermo, Italy, on April 23rd and 24th is going to be Checkout Summit, and this is going to be the first in-person conference dedicated to WooCommerce since the platform's own WooConf series ended in 2017. It's being organized entirely by Malogli from his home, and he's looking forward to it. I think it's going to actually kick off pretty well because a lot of people use WooCommerce, and we're always looking for ways to make WooCommerce a little easier, a little more personalizable. And
yeah, and he's doing a great job. And if you want to know more about him, go check my back episodes of the interviews. I interviewed him back on episode 78 about a month and a half ago or so. And he's a great guy, really interesting, and I'm really hoping for success of this. If you can make it to Italy, go to the conference.
And then the last thing I have for you today is 4 bright planets light up March evenings. Here's where and when to look. This is a great article. For those of us who missed the full alignment of the planets in the sky, well, yesterday on March 1st.
Oh, it was the 28th, I thought.
Was it? I thought it was...
It was supposed to be the 28th, and it was cloudy here, so...
Ah, right, 28th, sorry. It's Monday today, not Sunday.
Mm-hmm, yes.
My brain is a little messed up. So it was on the 28th, you're correct, but throughout all of March, we should be able to see 4 planets. The 4 planets we'll be able to see are Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Mars. And on March 8th will be when they are all brightest and best in a line. Cool. And Mercury will be super bright all month long.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is just a really cool little spacing that you can check out. And then we've got a whole bunch of extras here for you to go and check out at your leisure.
Cool. Go enjoy, folks. A whole bunch of stuff there. Including if you need to catch up on the court stuff.
Yeah, that stuff is there too.
All right. Well, let's dive in and listen to the Rogue. All right, I don't have a whole lot for Rogue's Corner today, and well, of course, I'm going to keep promoting. Well, I'll promote this one. I'll be switching it out probably next time around. Is the Changelog WP premium plugin out there, or free plugin? Helps you manage your change logs. Has places where people can subscribe to your change logs. It's got a whole lot of things. I still haven't made the time yet to actually dive into it, but I will. And once I do that, then I'll give it a more thorough review. But go check it out. A WordPress item to note is that there's been a dramatic increase, and of course it's been through probably the AI helping people create WordPress plugins, but there's been a dramatic increase in the number of plugin submissions to the WordPress repo, up to 60 a day, and that's higher than average and usual. You can see the chart here on the screen here showing now it dropped off during the WordPress conference that happened last fall, where they had contribution day and people attacked the backlog and brought it down to zero, but it steadily has climbed since. So go check that out. It's good information. And a couple other quick things. A couple of small developers on X, or medium-sized, maybe even an occasional large developer here. You might want to follow them. Digging Deeper to Develop Smarter, Dev Diggers. And they've got a small account right now, 165, but they put out some pretty great information, so go check them out. We got another one here. It's Blazers. And this one here is come on, load. Once X finishes freaking out on me. Very small account, Blazes Biller. He's got some really great account. This is where we'll be talking about his plugin today that I found off of his website. And it's a very interesting plugin. We'll dig into that one very shortly. Go follow him. He's only got 89 followers. And then we've got Synalizer. And he's got some really great WordPress and developer information and WooCommerce information on his feed. So go check them out. They're always very helpful to find these smaller people out there in the X enterprise to find out what's happening in the world today. Now remember, I still have some times available coming up this month, next week. If you book by Wednesday this week, I can book you in for the interview next Monday. Other than that, it'll be canceled, and we're looking at in another 3 weeks for another interview. So a couple of spots in March, a couple of spots in April. Yeah, April. We're that far into the year already. Go check that out. And finally, a couple of places you can find some information. You can go check out the world's worst web developer over on YouTube. He's got some really great information there. Lots of great tips and tricks. His specialty is Etch. So if you're using or like Etch, go check him out. He's got a lot of great stuff there. And then, of course, the WP Minute, which is got some really great content to listen to. That'll help you out. All right, and that is really all I have there. So I guess it must be time, and I just closed an important window that I had open.
That happens.
Yeah, I know.
Just reopen it.
Yeah, I got to go reopen it here, but I got to go open it off the screen, because that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go. Let's go
Gotta
here.
get some good circus music going here.
Yeah, I could use a little bit of circus music here. We're just
Squirrel!
there. You go.
What is WPSA?
It's my sandbox.
suppose-
WP Pro
Oh, okay.
Sandbox. It's where I had this thing opened up and ready to showcase to people, and
And you promptly closed it like a good human.
I promptly closed it without thinking about it, and it was a very, very interesting thing. So with that being done, and we've wandered off into the deep end, let's go into the plugins. All right, the plugin I've got for you today is Hub to WP. It's a WP auto plugin for getting plugins from GitHub as simply as you get plugins through the WordPress repo. Now you got to go to GitHub, download the plugin, get it from their releases over here, and then upload it and install it to your site. And on my test site, I have it here installed for those that look at. It's a really great plugin. It goes in and finds WordPress plugins that have been tagged. The interesting thing is any developer that hosts their plugins on WordPress, I have to go look at the full instructions because I got one or two I want to add to this mix, but you just add the WordPress plugin / WordPress theme tag to their public GitHub repo. And I don't know how to do it yet, but what it does is it then adds it into this mix here for people to search for and find. And this mix, the thing that's interesting about it is when we compare it to the WordPress repo, the WordPress repo gives you the feature, the popular, the recommended, the direct install, the for Elementor because Elementor is installed on this website. But it gives you those, and then you have to search the plugins. The add to GitHub repo, though, is a little bit more efficient right off the top. It lets you search for all of them, search in WooCommerce, search for SEO plugins, AI plugins.
Hang on, I have a question.
Mhm.
Are you supposed to be sharing this on YouTube?
Oh, I am.
It's not showing up on YouTube.
Oh, I forgot to change screens after I went to private to open this up. I'm sorry, folks. Well, we'll still show you the two pieces here. All right, well, go back. You can go find it on GitHub here. And of course, we've got somebody made a comment and I didn't see it. That's okay. Anyway, on the WordPress repo, you can see we've got the 4 main things on it. But when you go look at this, across the top, it allows you to search via WooCommerce, SEO, all security, socials, forms, gallery, caching, and private repos, because it does support private repos. If you do something, you have to follow their instructions to do it. But it is a separate link under plugins, whereas you have normal plugin, which taps into the WordPress repo. You have add GitHub plugin, which now taps into GitHub to get these. And you get some really interesting selections here. Like if you click on AI, it then sorts and gives you a whole bunch of AI plugins. You can install it directly from GitHub here. And then, of course, if the developer has an auto update installed with their plugin to auto update from GitHub, you will get auto updates along the way. All my plugins that I've written and host on GitHub do that. So it's a really great thing. Now, the big question, of course, many people ask, well, is it safe? Well, it's as safe as getting your plugins from the WordPress repository. And then, well, the WordPress repo ones are vetted. Yes. As far as I know, they're only vetted when they first enter the WordPress repo. They're not vetted after they enter the WordPress repo, as has occurred many times in the past years. I haven't heard of the problem in a few years now. When someone sells the plugin, someone nefarious takes over, codes in some backdoors or some advertising, then just uploads the new update, and people going, oh, it needs an update, click update, and boom, all of a sudden they've installed backdoors and advertising on their site. So I would highly suggest you can go look at these things here. You know, it tells you some details on it, pulls you the information from GitHub, and then you can go to the GitHub repo for that plugin and then go review the code to make sure it's valid and good and safe. That's my suggestion for it. I don't have any other suggestion, but I think this is a fantastic idea. And this is one of the ripple effects we mentioned when we talked about FAIR backing down. This is a ripple effect for people to be able to go get their plugins elsewhere. There's a lot of people that pulled their plugins from WordPress and now host them themselves or host them in GitHub. So anyway, it's a fantastic plugin, nice and simple and free, and it gives you options for finding plugins you will not find in the WordPress repo, or may not find, because some people do their development on GitHub and then push them up to the WordPress repo. So go check it out. It is called the Hub to WP, and I give it a 5 dragon rating.
Yeah, that is super cool.
Yeah, I thought so when I saw it. So I got to check this one out, and so it gives you the opportunity. I've got 1 or 2 plugins that I've created that I would like to get into this because they're actually stable and doing the job they're supposed to do. My other ones are stable, but they're not always doing the job they're supposed to do.
So they're a work in progress.
Mm-hmm. They're work in progress. Most of them, I built them for myself anyway. I just share the code for anyone else that wants it.
Oh, hey, author for Hub2WP.
Oh,
Said hi.
Welcome to the show. Greatly appreciate it. A small clarification. It handles updates for all the okay. I didn't realize it handled the updates for all the plugins you install. It now supports themes as well. Yes, I might have glossed over that effect, but yeah. Well, fantastic plugin, man. Fantastic plugin. Thanks a lot for contributing it, and happy to have found it. Hopefully people saw I've got your link so people can find you on X. Hopefully they subscribe to your information. All right.
And then next up is WordPress tips.
Yeah.
The happiest noise ever. So my tip to you today is short and sweet. Essentially, just don't be upset by your inability to do something fully. Accept that you're not the best at everything, and admit it when you need help or when you just can't figure out something. Because anyone who you work with, whether it's a boss or coworkers, they're actually going to like you a lot more if you openly admit, like, hey, I have no clue what this is. I don't know what to do. Or I tried to figure it out, hit a dead end. Can you help me? Everyone's going to like you a lot more if you admit that you don't know something than if you try to just bullshit your way. So yeah, try something out. If you can't figure it out, ask for help. No one's going to look down on you. They're going to appreciate that you do that instead.
Yep. All right. Well, let's dive into your plugin.
So a plugin I have today is called Describer, Membership, User Profile, Content Restriction, and Role Editor plugin. So this was sent in to us by the creator. His name is Chris. And I have to admit that at first I had a hard time understanding exactly how to use this. I had some massive skill issues when it came to this because I've never worked on building a multi-site website before, or a multi-user site before. So because I've never built one, I've never had to work with a multi-user plugin. Now, the fact that I was able to figure this out without asking for help says a lot about how easy it is to figure out. It's actually quite a good plugin once you realize where your skill issue is. So starting at the beginning, once you download and activate this, you will see the plugin dashboard under Settings and Describer. Here you have full control over this awesome plugin. So here you get to choose when you get an email. So like if you don't want to get an email every time your user changes their password, you can uncheck that box. But there's a whole bunch of things, like when new user is registered, new user account is held for moderation, or when user is deleted. You can also choose that the email user when they're registered, they're approved, so on and so forth. And under Profile, you use Describer as default profile page on the front end, and you can choose the side of the profile photo size. So for instance, it's auto set to 200. I assume it's pixels. I don't know. It doesn't actually say px, so I just assume it's 200 pixels. Members are able to send emails to one another, and they have the ability to enable a profile menu, and you're able to choose a default tab for them. It's preset to About. Like when they go onto their home page, which one will show up as their landing page. The way that the profile page is set up is actually quite interesting. The page gets its own active tabs. You get to choose what the user sees. All options, About, Posts, and Comments are auto-checked off, and there is a setting option where you can choose who sees it. When I went to look at this from the user's point of view, they also have the option under Privacy for who gets to see it. Something I was kind of interested in is if you, as the creator, set it so that only the owner of the profile can see the private information, and then the person the user goes into their profile and they set it so everyone can see it, which one wins? What do you think?
I don't know. Which one does win?
Anyway, that would be an interesting thing to learn. So once all those are set up, there's a lot more settings like account settings and send email using like what email are you using. You can also set up whether you are opting into SMTP, PHP's mail function, send mail, or Qmail, which I keep reading as Quail. But what is Qmail? Do you know what that is?
Not a clue.
All right. And then you get to choose other options like email logo, new user default status, and you get to choose whether you will allow the @ symbol in usernames and nicknames, which I thought was kind of interesting. I never really thought about that before. I thought either you got to have symbols or you didn't, but I guess you can choose to have symbols. Another aspect of this plugin that took me a moment to figure out is how to edit the roles of your users. So when you're looking on the left-hand menu, right beneath Describer, you will now see Roles. You click on this, and this will bring you to the list of how many people are set to which roles on your site and how many capabilities each role has. That's the right one right there. And then if you click on one of them, like let's go for author, it'll bring you to the list of capabilities for this role that you can now uncheck the boxes of, or you can add in your own personalized capability. And each one of these has the same kind of setup, so they're very easy to flip between. You make the changes, hit Save Changes, and that's that. Another addition is to your users drop-down option. So you go over to the left-hand menu and click on users. Under bulk actions, you now have approve membership, send account confirmation, reject membership, and membership pending. You can also change role to. That's like its own little option, and it has every option available. There's so many options for what role you can change the role to. It's amazing. And now if you go back to your left-hand menu and go to settings and then discussion, you have new icons you can choose from. You have to go to your own profile, go down to the bottom, check off important person, save it, and then you can go and change your icon to. There's all kinds of cool icons that are set up. It's a lot of fun. So my first main issue when I was checking this out was I didn't add the 2 Describer made pages to my menu. I guess I'd gotten used to other plugins. Whenever they create something new, they just automatically add it. Like WooCommerce, for instance, when they create new pages, they are added to your menu whether you want them to or not. And I guess I expected that to happen in some part of my brain because I was like, oh, where are the pages? I don't understand. I had to go manually add them. That was totally a skill issue on my part. And the other part that I still actually haven't figured out is why the account page is blank. I can't figure it out. It's blank. I don't know how to fix it. It's got the short code. It's not doing anything. I think it's something wrong with my site because this is my special site.
With 175 plugins now?
132.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost at 133.
You're almost there.
But yeah, so it could be that, or again, it might just be my skill issue. I know I'm going to keep working on this though, because I'm really enjoying this plugin. It is definitely a good plugin for people to test out, check out. If you're making a multi-user site, check this out because it's totally free. They're giving you all this for nothing. And it works really well. And if someone who's never done anything like this, like me, can figure it out, man, it's going to be so easy for you people who have built multi-user websites before. It's awesome. I rate this at 5 dragons.
Very cool. Always nice to see a good plugin. I'll have to check it out because I'm still on the hunt for a good memberships plugin.
There is so much to this thing. Like, I didn't even mention all the stuff that I was starting to find. I don't think I found all the things that are in here. It's pretty fantastic. I'll have to like come back down the road and bring it back again when I finally figure out where my skill issue is in the page being blank.
All right. Well, with that, let's roll into the miscellaneous announcements here.
Do we have the sound?
There it is.
There we go. So if anybody out there has an announcement they'd like to make, like you have a meetup or you want to announce that you'll be on stage at a WordCamp, let us know. We'll put it here and we'll read it out to the world for you. What we do have here is the next 5 WordCamp things that are coming up. We have the WordPress Campus Connect. You know what? I'm not going to bother trying to say them. We have the next 5 listed out here. Come check out our show notes. We have the link to the wordcamp.org to make things easy for you. And if you're interested, we also have the meetup.com WordPress link here for you. Next, we have our affiliates.
We do have affiliates, and I don't think I've ever gotten a link for that one.
A link or a sound?
Sound. That's what I meant. There you go. Affiliates. We do have 4 companies that we run as affiliates. We haven't really made it. We haven't made any money off them whatsoever. We just keep referring them because we believe in them. The first one here that we like to talk about is Termageddon. And of course, Termageddon is a nice, easy way for you to manage your privacy policies, your cookie acceptance, etc. And it's a nice way to keep compliant with all the laws that are constantly changing throughout the globe. And all you got to do is spend some time answering all the questions to the best of your ability and answer them honestly. Don't cheat on them because it's important. And then all you got to do is drop in some short code onto your website and boom, it's done. It costs $120 a year for the system. And when the laws change, they'll send you an email notification and say, hey, we think these new things are applicable to you. Go in and answer these questions. You answer those questions and boom, your privacy policies are all up to date. So go check out Termageddon. It is really quite good. And use the link in our show notes. That way we make an extra $1 or $2.
Next, we have Rank Math, which is a fantastic SEO plugin. They use really basic English to explain what the heck you're doing this for and why you're filling out this information. And whether or not you have the free or the pro version, they still treat you the same, like you're human, which is fantastic. They are really awesome for answering any questions you might have. Never worry that you're asking something stupid when you reach out to them because they've heard it all. And they don't think any of it's stupid. You're always learning.
And what? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, check out our show notes here for the link.
Yes, and one other thing, if you go to the pro version, they are introducing their AI Link Genius as part of your plan. And what it will do is help you find internal link opportunities for your website. I've started to play with it. I haven't got it connected correctly because I have to turn back on all the auto updating to the website I'm using this on, because if your auto updating is on, it won't let you update to the beta version, which is kind of weird, but I have to update to the beta version of the AI link to check it out. I've got a website in particular I want to test this on. So at any rate, that means another great option. And their pricing for their pro version is way more affordable than Yoast. And it gives you everything you need that Yoast charges you extra for. All right, the next ones we got here is BunnyNet. This is an affordable CMS system that you can use to offload your images, your videos, your audio, documents, etc., that you load onto your website. It helps speed up your website and delivers those documents from all over the globe to a great place. You can lock down your videos to just your website viewing. They can't hot link to them or anything else, which is a really useful feature if you're really trying to make sure people only come to your website to see those videos. In particular, it's great for things such as courses and such that you have videos on and you don't want to put them up on YouTube where they could possibly leak to the public. You want them somewhere where you can control it. So it's very affordable. One of our clients, lots and lots of data going through their site, and it's costing them just a few bucks a month for it. So it's a very useful thing. Go check it out. Use the link in our show notes. We make a couple of bucks off of it, which basically offsets our costs for using it. So the final one is Glow Maintenance System. This is a fantastic centralized dashboard for all the WordPress sites that you might manage. You can start with their free plan for up to 3 websites to test it, see if it gets you everything you need. Once you get beyond 3, you got to start paying for them at $2.99 a site, or buy them in bulk at 20 plus sites and save yourself a few bucks on them. So go check out Glow. It is very fantastic. The best part about it is the report that it generates for you. If you got to generate a report, you can customize that report, white label it for your company name, colors, everything else, and deliver it to your customers with everything they need, including data from their data from Google, etc. So it's a really great tool. Go check it out. Use the link in our show notes. I actually got to use the coupon code from our website, WPAZ10, to get a 10% discount on your subscription for life. Go check it out. All right. And this is where we dive into supporting the show.
It's time to donate to WP Plugins A-Z.
This show is value for value, meaning if you get any value out of it whatsoever, whether it saves you a few minutes, saves you some time, helps you find a plugin that saved you hundreds of dollars a year, anything like that, please kick it back to the show. You know, this show takes us a lot of time. We put a lot of time and effort into creating this show for you every other week, and I put into effort creating a show for you every week, being the interview shows or the standalone shows. So at any rate, you can help support us by your time, talent, or treasure. That being the time to get out there and support us by creating artwork, going out there and plugging people into the show, letting them know about it, getting them to talk about it, spreading the word about WP plugins, you know, all those things. The artwork is very simple to submit. Just go to WPPluginsA-Z.com, submit. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Try again.
Yeah, I did.
What?
We got the wrong link here. Oh, got to fix the link in the show notes here. Donate the artwork. Just click on the donate the artwork. Just WP Plugins A-Z/artwork. And you can go submit your artwork. We'll take videos and or pictures. Easy to upload, easy to fill out. And if you give us a full description and your name, we'll even give you credit for it. If you don't give us your name in a description, well, we'll just guess. So at any rate, the other thing you can do is to get out there and book an interview. If you're a developer, come book an interview for the show. Or if you're a plugin developer, which is the first one that I tagged on, which is you can submit your plugin and appear on the show. You know, so there you go. Those are some ways to commit your time to helping us out and spread the word. The other way, of course, is to donate to the show. We do have a page set up where you can send your treasure to us. Just go in there, fill out the amount that you feel is worthy, submit it, leave us a note. We'll read out the note on the show and give you full credit for everything on it. And so those are the things to support this show with time, talent, or treasure. We would greatly appreciate it. So thank you.
I think I figured out what we can put down for anyone who doesn't want to give up their name.
What's that?
We can call them the Flying Purple People Eater.
There you go. That works for me.
Flying Purple People Eater with our 9 listeners.
Yep, all 9 of our listeners.
Today's plugins we covered were?
I covered up the Hub to WP by WP Auto Plugin. It allows you to discover, install, and update plugins and themes that are hosted on GitHub. Use it directly from your dashboard. No changes required to existing plugins or approvals from a central authority. So go check them out. Fantastic plugin. I really enjoy it. I think I will start experimenting with it more and more to find those unique plugins that are hiding out there in the WordPress up on the GitHub repo for WordPress, because there is a lot of stuff available on GitHub, and it's hard to search GitHub.
It is. You kind of got to know what you're looking for.
Yeah, you really do.
And I covered Describer, Membership, User Profile, Content Restriction, and Role Editor plugin by Chris, Front-End User Profiles and Account Pages, Control over Capabilities, Roles, Notifications, and more. Users can upload pictures, talk to one another, block one another, and more. I rated this at 5 dragons.
Very cool. All right. This is the fun type of the show, folks. For those of you listening to downloads, this is the first half.
It's question and answer time with John and Amber.
So my first question to you, oh wait, I have to do my little blurb. If anybody out there would like to have their questions asked here on the show, you can send them in to me. We'll ask my dad and hope that we can stump him eventually. I did it once. Don't think it'll ever happen again though. So my first question for you is, When working with membership sites, is it harder or easier to add the membership after the site is built? And if yeah, I'll wait for the second question.
Well,
Second part of the question.
You know what? Your second part of the question may not be relevant because I have done both, and they're
Okay.
just as much of a challenge either way. If you're doing it when it's a brand new site, you have to figure out what's happening. But if it's a site that's well established, you're just adding in the membership section. And the hardest part about adding it into a membership section is if you have content that you want to suddenly move to membership. You have to have it organized properly to apply membership to that content. It's like if you've got tons of content and you do like, I would guess 80% of the people do, 90% of the people do, is it's all contained in their posts and pages, but mostly in their posts, and it's organized up by categories. And of course, a lot of people as well, it belongs in this category, and this category. Well, now it's really hard to lock that content out, but based on categories. So there's a lot that goes into it. But if you put it in at the very beginning, you can easily manage the content, because that's generally what the membership site is for, is so you can move content or new content into a paid section. Take the Rogues Oasis, for instance. The membership was added after the fact. And that one there, I had to go back and reorganize. I didn't have a lot of content when I did that, so it was easy, but I had to organize the content more precisely so it could be locked down to certain membership levels. So yeah, I don't see it any easier or harder before or after you build the website.
Okay. Yeah, for those who are listening, the second part of my question was, is there a way to make it easier to add the membership after the fact?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and the second one that I have here is when grabbing plugins from places like GitHub, so any place, how do you go about double checking the security before installing? Like, is there a place where you can check the code? Is there something that can help you make sure it's good? Like, what can you do?
I imagine there's places you can check the code. You can probably take the code and throw it into an AI and ask them to check it for security issues. Most of the AIs can identify security issues in WordPress-related code. That's one place. The other way I would do it, you can do it, is you can have yourself a testing dev site that's isolated for the most part, and install the plugin and then run the plugin checker plugin against it and see what the plugin checker plugin tells you about it.
That's an idea.
So those are the ways that I can think of it. The other is if you understand code, you can just go to the GitHub page and read the code.
There is that.
That's really the only options you have, is to let AI look at it and analyze it now, install it on a website, and then run the plugin checker against the code, or go read the code. I can't think of any other options there would be for it.
Okay. I was mostly asking because I know that security has been a rising worry.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, it's a constant worry. And of course, GitHub code, I mean, there's malware hosted on GitHub. GitHub can be a dangerous place. It's open. It's open for everything. There's all kinds of stuff there. And it could, in security, may not be malware. It may just be somebody who forgot to sanitize an input somewhere in their code, and you install it. It works beautiful. But of course, the hacker discovers, oh, they forgot to sanitize this particular thing. Hey, I could use that to inject stuff into their database. So, and that's often the biggest thing. I think it's the cross-site scripting problem is what it is. That's like the biggest error you see in the thing. Yeah, that's the
main one that I see all the time. Yeah,
that's the main security flaw we see in those 200 plus plugins every week that we present at the beginning of the show. But yeah, that's the best ways I can think about it. All right, well, that's it for the first two questions, folks. For those listening here on YouTube, stick around for a couple of minutes. We're going to play our extra credits, so that let our girl take us out of here, so that we can close out the recording that goes into the podcast downloads. For those of you on the podcast downloads, come on back to the YouTube channel and listen to the rest of the show. Now, I know there's been a couple of episodes where I forgot to shut off the recording, so you've got to hear that bonus stuff. I think I'll do that occasionally just to see if people listen past the credits. That would be kind of cool.
See if they're paying attention.
See if they're paying attention and listen past the credits, because the credits are, the final closing credits are almost 2 minutes long. With that, though, I'm going to let our girl take us on out of here, and we'll be right back.
Reminders for the show. All the show notes can be found at wppluginsa2z.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the newsletter for more useful information delivered directly to your inbox. WP Plugins A-Z is a show that offers honest and unbiased reviews of plugins created by you, the developers, because you support the show. Help keep the show honest and unbiased by going to wppluginsa2z.com/donate and set the donation level that fits your budget. Help us make the show better for you by subscribing and reviewing the show through your favorite podcast app. You can also watch the show live on YouTube at WP Plugins A-Z, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications of all new videos. You can also follow the show on X at WP Plugins A-Z. John can be reached directly through the website wpproatoz.com or email him at john@wppro.ca. Amber can also be contacted through the website at wpproatoz.com or email her directly, amber@wppro.ca. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
Alrighty, we're back. And let's see what we got. What's the
All right.
the final two questions here, and then any rambling stuff we might have at the end.
Okay. So next question is, well, it's not really a question, but what is something you wish you had known 5 years ago that you now know?
I wish I had known, I knew about ACF. I wish I had taken the time to understand it and use it 5 years ago.
That's your biggest thing?
That's my biggest lately, because I use it on every build I do now to more deeply organize the content and make it much smoother. Other than that, I wish AI had existed 5 years ago, because that it helps me write code, because I can't type worth shit.
Yeah, it did exist 5 years ago, but 5 years ago it was like a Clippy.
It didn't exist for us.
Well, it did 5 years ago, because you remember it's 2020, 2021 that it came out. It's 2026 now.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, okay, I remember we talked about it one time on a show.
So it was at Clippy stages. It was like the beginner's Clippy stages.
Yeah, it wasn't what it is now, where you can create really cool art and really cool videos, and people are using it to actually create short movies now. So
I know, it's freaky.
It's getting better and better and faster and faster. Of course, it's as the data centers get built for it and the computers get built for it, and they find a way to power the things. That's the most entertaining thing. But yeah, I guess understanding and using ACF would have changed the whole way I did things 5 years ago. I just didn't spend the time to wrap my head around it and understand what I was missing.
Well, the next one I have here is, what is the best bit of advice you can give others, whether they're old hands or greenhorns?
Take time away from the computer. Go outside. Try not to spend more than 6 to 8 hours a day in front of your computer. The world does not burn. It just sounds like your clients are not going to completely run away from you, and they're only in a short-term panic. They'll get over it. Seriously, I only learned that in the last 2 years. I used to try and put out the fires immediately, and I realized, you know what? They can wait. I can finish what I'm doing, and then when I get back to them, there's only the occasional time where it's like, oh shit, that has to be dealt with now. But for the most part, just relax. It's nothing else is going to change. It's still going to be there.
Have you heard about the dumb phone fad taking over?
The what? Oh, yeah, the younger kids.
The dumb phone fad.
Yeah, the ones that are going down to the old flip phone that was my first telephone that had.
Did you know that you can find a cell phone with a radio on it again? I am so getting one of those. I'm happy to go to a dumb phone just to have a freaking radio again.
A phone with a radio. I miss those. I don't think I owned
Yeah.
one of those. I didn't own. I had the old what was the name of the brand of the flip phone? In fact, I still have one brand new in its box. Well, mostly new because it was my first phone, and I packaged it back up in the same box I got it in, and I found it when I was cleaning out my closet. I went, you know what? I'm not getting rid of this. It'll
my
never
first phone-
work again, but it's still kind of cool.
My first phone was a Nokia
That's
brick.
it. I had a Nokia brick.
And then my next phone was a Sony Ericsson. The Sony Ericsson I thought was so fancy because it had a radio.
Hmm.
It was so cool. Like, there was nothing cooler than being able to walk around with the Palm radio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But yeah,
they
so
were
the-
really innovative. They were really innovative with making them creative and cool back then.
Yeah.
The phones that spun around the other way so you could take pictures. You know, half of it
That was
spun
cool.
half of it spun around, not all of it. Yeah, there was some really interesting designs on phone. Now we have the smartphone. It's all the
Yep.
same. There's no difference in them, except
Not
for
even a different charger.
well, no, the EU made it so that they had to all go to the new C thing.
USB-C.
USB-C. The EU was one that forced that on the world. That's kind of a thankful thing. It means you
I was just
never
gonna
without a
say-
cable.
I was just going to say, I'm actually kind of grateful for that because going through all these different chargers trying to figure out what would work was
Yeah.
so irritating.
Yes. It was very irritating. And then at random they would go, you know what? We no longer like that plug. Let's change it to a new plug. Let's change it to a new plug every couple of years. It's like that way you must buy new chargers and cables every couple of years. I think that was the gambit behind it.
I think so.
Especially Apple because they overcharge for theirs. So, yeah.
I think that's it.
That would be it. All right, folks. Thanks for showing up. We greatly appreciate everyone here today. And next week, it'll be either be an interview if someone books one, or it'll be me just rambling on about whatever I can find in WordPress world to ramble on about. Sometimes it's really wild opinions, and other times it's useful information. So we'll see. Never know what the world's going to provide. With that being said, a little bit of music to carry us on out, and we will talk to you all later.
These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. A quarter after midnight, and I'm watching the wall. Sometimes I feel so uptight, I just can't sleep at all. Every day doing the same old thing, we're losing time. The weekend comes, we gotta have some fun and rewind. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. I feel the rope tightening, choking off our air. We need to grab some lightning. Friday's almost here. Caught in a web, we need to cut this thread we're hanging by. Where is it said you have to be half dead to survive? Days of thunder, we're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging
right, folks, that's all we got for you now. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Oh my god, that is amazing!
Oh no. Obviously, we just lost the satellite feed.